We're almost done, yay! So for this step, I built some doors, installed them. I also added some extra bracing to make sure everything is squared up from the foundation to the back wall to make sure that's a 90-degree angle, because I ran into issues on the other door when I tried to install it. So I'll talk about that in a second. I also painted, but I just want to say that this is probably the second to the last build video. Pretty much the only thing that needs to go on at this point is the plastic and of course the batting, the strips of wood to hold the plastic in place. And that's pretty much going to be the next step. So the next video in this series is going to be the completion. It's going to be the plastic on, and then I'm just going to kind of walk through what I did with the plastic. But for this video, we're going to talk about what I've done thus far and I don't know, some troubles I ran into. So first of all, the most important thing here is I painted the entire front side of each hoop and the purlins. I painted to some degree the back, but the back isn't as important because the whole point of the paint, this is basically just standard cheapo latex paint that I had from when we painted the inside of our house when we moved in. So I had a little bit left, so I decided to just go ahead and put a layer on. And you need to do that because the plastic of the PVC hoops will interact with the greenhouse plastic and cause the greenhouse plastic to become brittle wherever it touches. The chemical reaction will basically degrade it. It will fall apart in no time at all. So you need to have some thin layer of something. Some people use duct tape. I did not have enough duct tape. I had the paint on hand, trying to save some money, so I went ahead and used that. But I didn't have a ton of it, so I didn't paint the entire structure, which probably would have made it look really nice. Because if I painted all the frame and the doors and everything else white, that probably looked amazing, but I don't know if I had enough paint to really do that, and I'm not going to worry about it right now, because right now the paint is not so much a superficial, well, I mean, it is superficial as in it's the outermost layer, but it's not there for aesthetics. It's there purely for a practical purpose, and again, so plastic doesn't immediately come in contact with plastic and cause any kind of degradation, and therefore the weakening of the greenhouse. All right, so that was the big thing I had to do. I also built some doors. These are they're really basic doors. Like, I measured the door frame here, made it a smidge smaller just in case, you know, the wood warps. As people tell me, wood is a living thing. So you need to, I gave about, I don't know, for both the width and height, about 1/8 of an inch. Made the door 1/8 of an inch less than the door frame, just to make sure if there's any swelling, it won't shut up and prevent me from opening up. It won't swell up too much, but it's pretty standard. They're a little floppy, so I probably should put some angle pieces, but probably not right now. They function as they need to function. That's good enough. Some basic hinges, just a piece across the middle to keep it somewhat sturdy, and I just sort of put it in place. And I had some extra, I guess these are, I thought they were 2x2s, but maybe they're more like 1x1s, 1.5s by 1.5s. In any case, whatever they are, I had some extra wood, so I created a little stop. So the door opens and closes nice and... And after I get the plastic on, I'm going to put a little handle there so it's much easier to open. But I like the fact that the stop gives a nice solid closing. So I did the same thing on this door. But the thing about this door is that when I built it, I measured, and for some reason the door opening was a smidge smaller. So I made the door even more of a smidge smaller. But when I tried to put it in, it did not fit. And the problem was this door frame was actually not square. It was all a kilter. So ideally where the foundation meets the back wall here, that should have been a perfect 90-degree angle. And on that side, it was. On this side, not so much. It was more like a 110-degree angle. It was pretty awful. So what I ended up doing is I shoved a piece of wood in the back there to try to straighten it up so I could get the door in, get the door installed. The door is the exact same as the other one. The other door is the one I'll be primarily using as my inside going in and out, my primary door to access the greenhouse. I just wanted a door on this side so I could open them both up in the summer and have a cross breeze to keep the temperature down in summer. So again, little stop. This door doesn't close as nicely because it's a disaster. But while I had the back propped up and had this in a good 90-degree angle, I went ahead and added a couple of braces. Just a small 45 there, and then some extra, these are scrap wood pieces that I just cut 45-degree angles on, stuck it in place. And that is basically provides nothing more than some support to keep that a nice square 90-degree angle. And it was successful. After that, I was able to push it back up against the house, remove, because I would like the back wall to touch the house as much as possible, because I want to try to insulate where the frame meets the house on all sides, top, bottom, and sides. That way I can keep whatever heat I can keep in during the winter in place. So I did the same thing over here, brace there, brace there. Like I said, this side was pretty square, but why not add the extra support? And that's pretty much it. So at this point, I just need to put the plastic on. I don't know if I'll get to it tonight, so I'm going to do it as a separate video. But I gotta wait for that paint to dry a little bit more. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to hold the plastic on and how I'm going to wrap the plastic over it. So I'm just going to talk about that real quick. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I have enough plastic to drape, I hope, to drape over the entire sides and front of the greenhouse. So I'm going to throw it on top of the greenhouse. I'm going to pull it, excuse me door, I'm going to pull it down on the inside here and then bring it up underneath the boards and stick some kind of, I don't want to necessarily use the batten that I bought, the really thin, like 1/2 inch by inch batten, because I don't have enough of it. I actually don't. I got to go get more anyway, truthfully, because I don't have enough to actually make that door happen, to put, I secure the plastic around the door. Because what I want to do is, when I get the plastic in place, I want to put batten on the outside of the door and the outside of the door frame, so I can literally cut the plastic like this, and the door will be covered in plastic automatically, and this wall will be plastic. So hopefully that makes sense. You'll see in the next video, because I'll show off how I did it, but I just want to talk a little bit more about it. So I'm going to somehow attach it on the underside here, pull the plastic open, pull the plastic down, stretch it as deep as I can, and I'm not doing the double, generally speaking on this greenhouse, I'm not doing the double batten system, where you have one piece of batten on top, pull the plastic over it, and then the second piece of batten presses up against the top piece, the first piece, and holds it into place. Generally speaking, I'm not going to do that in my greenhouse, but I do have extra of these 1x1s or whatever the heck they're supposed to be that I use to build the door. I actually have quite a few of these left. So I'm thinking about putting those on the top and use them as like, sort of like the top batten. So I can try to, when I pull the plastic over the top, I can get it really solidly into place. And then for the sides, I'm basically just going to wrap the plastic around and secure it any way that I can. But we'll see that in the next video, because once the paint dries, I'm going to throw plastic on and try to get it into place. So that's it for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for joining me on this journey.